Welcome to another episode of the Toy Chef with me, Chefatron, or FX Friends, and today we're going to be talking about a lot of things. It is the Christmas edition of the Toy Chef. Wanted to greet everybody a very happy Christmas. Wherever you're celebrating it, I hope it's safe, I hope it's wonderful, and I hope it is meaningful. So we're going to talk about a lot of things today, and I'm sorry I haven't been around to do the show for a long time. Been very busy, but we'll talk about a lot of things. Main thing I want to talk about this year is for this particular episode is really collecting 102. We'll talk about that more. And second, I wanted to wish my Christmas greetings, and we'll talk about a lot of things that had happened lately, just recently, in terms of pop culture. Okay, so first up, The Last Jedi. Let's just get this thing done and over with. Some of you may be wondering, why did you do a review? I wasn't into doing the review for The Last Jedi. It was a very controversial, divisive, very, I thought it was either you hated or you liked it kind of movie. And I didn't want to do a review because there was this campaign going on, don't watch reviews, don't watch any spoilers or anything like that, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to spoil anybody. I didn't want to talk about it till everybody had a fair chance to watch the movie. And it's been out for a week now, and I think everybody's had their share of, or enough opportunity to watch the movie, and I don't think I'd be spoiling anybody right now. If you still by any chance have not seen The Last Jedi, come on, man. What's wrong with you? No, I'm kidding. Don't watch this. I might be spoiling you, but I'm sure a lot of you, if not all, have already seen it. And to me, well, I kind of liked it. It was okay. And the way I would sum it up is I feel exactly the same type of emotion, same type of feeling I felt after watching Empire Strikes Back. And for many of you who might know, Empire is not my favorite Star Wars movie of all time. It is Return of the Jedi. I love The New Hope. Then it's Empire, and then it's Rogue One, Episode 7, and then the prequels and all that. But this one, it ranks just about the same rank as Empire Strikes Back for me, and the same reason because I feel the same because of the same reasons. When I was a kid, I never got to see Empire on the big screen. I first saw it in a machine called a Betamax. If you have no idea what a Betamax is, don't bother Googling it. It's an old device, analog device that had a cassette tape that, if you don't know what a cassette tape is, okay, fine, Google it. But for those of you in the know, Betamax, those old Sony tapes you'd watch films on or videos on, and after watching the whole Empire Strikes Back, I was like, okay, did the good guys win? Did the bad guys win? Luke just lost his arm. The bad guy is his father. I didn't know what to make of it. I didn't know. There was no triumphant, yes, Star Wars, I want to be a Jedi and all that. And that all came through in Episode 6, which is the reason I loved Episode 6. I wanted that victorious feeling and all that, which I never got in Episode 5. And the same thing happened here. And I felt, a lot of people were thinking it's not Empire, but it's as good as Empire. To me, it's a little like Empire. The beginning was like Episode 4, then it was like Episode 6, and it was Episode 5. The same thing was doing. They're trying to escape. Empire was about escaping, and they managed to escape and regroup. Same thing here. They escape and regroup. They suffer a loss. Empire, they suffered a loss, but there was no revelation. The only big revelation is Snoke can be killed, just like that. Rey's parents, nobody's. Kylo Ren, did he turn to the dark side or not? He had his own side. So that's how I feel about it. I didn't know if I was going to celebrate, but I knew I loved it. I knew the movie was a masterpiece. It was made so brilliantly. And of course, I could not predict the endings and all that, what happened. I thought Finn was going to die. I thought Kylo Ren was going to turn, or what, a lot of things we did not predict. I thought it was great, but that emotional joyfulness of watching a Star Wars film was not completely there. I loved the scenes. I loved the resistance, trying to escape and all that, but same thing I felt after Empire. Okay, that movie, Last Jedi for me will get a 9 out of 10. It's not perfect, definitely want a nice film, but I feel exactly the same as I felt with episode 5. Also, what I think about the other scenes, I thought it was a nice dynamic of the characters' development. Some scenes were useless for me, like the Kanto bite scene. The crate scene was okay, some redeeming factors and all that, but it's Star Wars. You get stuff like this. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as the prequels or the original trilogy and all that. It's about the characters. It's about the whole philosophy of Star Wars. We get a whole new aspect of the Force. I mean, I, maybe the Force is evolving. I mean, you cannot limit things. When you do such things as this, it's like Transformers. The reason I'm not completely on board with Transformers is a lot of the personalities change. Like Optimus Prime. There is a certain, I don't want to say a stereotype, but archetype of who Optimus Prime is. And that thing does not change over time. Whether he turns into a truck or a jet or whatever, he has to stay who he is. And there was a big risk of Luke losing who he was in this movie. And it was on the fence for me. I was thinking, Luke, was that the Luke I know and all that? Why would he become so bitter? And I guess it just comes with age. People change, and even Jedis change. They evolve, they become better, some for the worse. And to me, that Luke was acceptable, and that's the reason I gave it a 9 out of 10. Had the Luke been unacceptable for me in terms of how I felt who Luke was, then I would have given this movie not as an exciting or high review. Okay, so that's enough with that. Everybody said a lot of things about The Last Jedi. I'm okay with it, okay? Next, what do you think about Fox being bought by Fox Entertainment, now joining the ranks of Disney with Marvel Studios and all that? I cannot be so, oh my God, so happy. Just so happy. The X-Men, Deadpool, Fantastic Four, they're all back. Welcome home, you guys. You're all back home. Very, very excited the prospects of that. It is unbelievable news. Great Christmas for all Marvel fans out there. And I cannot wait for 2019 or 2020 when Disney and Marvel really begin to bring in these characters to the fold. And it's going to be amazing. I don't want to speculate too much on it. I hope they keep the good guys. I hope they keep Hugh Jackman. I hope they keep Laura. I hope they keep both Professor X's, both Magnetos. They can change everybody else. Deadpool, I'm sure they're going to keep Ryan Reynolds, but change everybody else, but not those core guys, okay? Mystique, I'm not sure if Miss Lawrence is interested already in doing more Mystique, so we'll see. But everybody else can be changed except for those guys. So very, very excited for that. Thank you very much, Fox and Disney. Next, Infinity War. Oh my God, just a few. Black Panther is coming out and all that, and these two are connected. I'm gonna call it I think the Last Stone is in Wakanda. I mean, there's a theory going on. There's a conspiracy theory. There's like a notion that it's gonna be in Wakanda, and that's probably my speculation. That's why there's an attack on Wakanda, is because the Last Stone is there, the Soul Stone, which could possibly quite fit the whole Black Panther mythology, because it's very spiritual and all that. So it could be that the Soul Stone's there. I don't know, but after watching the film, you're gonna look back on this video and tell me, hey, you were right, or hey, you were wrong. Okay, one last thing: The Last Jedi, Episode 8, Episode 9, Episode 9. JJ, I think he says he's gonna unify the whole trilogy of trilogies. So. I'm gonna call it The Legacy of the Force, or The Legacy of the Jedi. No, I don't think I think it's going to be Legacy of the Force. He loves using the Force Awakens and all that. This could be like The Force Dies, or Episode 9, The Legacy of the Force. That's my title prediction. If you have any other title predictions of your own, you can write it down in the comment section below. Okay, speaking of comments, as a segue to my next thing, I've been very, very I've been not been answering your call. I do apologize. It's very irresponsible of me, and there's just sometimes so many negativity in the comment section that it just drains so much of my energy, and I just don't want to read it anymore. So I took a break from answering comments, but it doesn't mean I don't read them. So it doesn't mean that if I don't reply to your comment that I've not read it. it sometimes takes a toll on me when reading the negativity, and then somebody's as positive stuff and all that. I do appreciate that. I appreciate the negativity as well, but sometimes it just get too much that I decided to just do it with answering the comments for the time being. I will try and answer here and there a few comments here and there when I get the chance. Also, I've been very busy. Christmas time has been very busy. This year has been a very, very interesting and challenging year for me. Lots of stuff going on, and I do apologize for not answering, but I do read them. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for all the support. And for those of you who still are very confused, my old channel was FX France. I am FX France. I had to change it to Chefatron because the channel went into limbo with Google or something like that, and I had to start from scratch. So FX France videos and Chefatron videos, I'm Chefatron and FX France. So if some of you still think I'm stealing videos from FX France, or FX France is stealing videos from Chefatron, whatever, it's me, okay? This is probably the 82nd time I am saying this, that FX France and Chefatron are one and the same, and that's me. For those of you who live in Manila, who've seen me around toy shops and toy conventions here and there, and you know, I'm a shy guy, okay? I don't really just go ahead and say, hey, I'm Chefatron, glad to meet you and all that. If you feel like you want to tell me something, or you want to discuss some toys or whatever, feel free. I'm a shy guy, but I do appreciate people just coming up and saying, hey, what do you think of this? There's a new trailer, or do you think of these new toys coming out, and we could do some discussions. That's fine with me. Or you want to talk to me about something, I'm totally cool with it. I don't think I'm a snobbish person or anything like that. So those of you who have approached me during conventions and all that, and I really appreciate you guys taking out the time, taking a look at what stuff I'm selling and all that, and taking the time to really watch the videos I'm putting out, and really putting up with all my videos. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys are the best. Without you, I would never probably do this video. Videos I do to help fellow collectors and whatnot. And speaking of helping fellow collectors, we go to our main topic, which is collecting 102. Why is it 102? 101 is, what do you need to do when you're collecting? 101, I always say, collect what you love. Okay, collect what you know, and collect what you feel will make you happy. That's collecting 101. So you don't have to collect everything, just collect. Now, 102, you've been a seasoned collector. You've been doing this. You've done the Transformers, DC, you've done Justice League, you've done X-Men, you've done Marvel, Star Wars, you've done Hellboy, Gundams, Mechs, Robotech, Pops, Funko Pops, collected shoes, bags, and whatever, toys. But die-cast, Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Barago. You're a seasoned collector now. What do you do next? It's sort of like a therapy for midlife collecting crisis. And 102 I'm trying to propose is, you get to a certain point when you're collecting, you start looking at your life and, what the hell am I up to? Where is this all going? And that's kind of a point where I am right now. And it's not that, you know, I want to quit collecting or I don't know what to do with my stuff. It's just a matter of thinking about priorities and finding out what you really want in life and what is important, especially in the collecting life. So 102, I have a few suggestions, and this suggestion, it's actually just one, and this is a okay, maybe a couple, but this year my toy collecting motto has been, keep it 100%. I mean, a lot of people think, yeah, keep it real and whatnot, but 100% for me is, with all this and with all that's coming out, always think 100%. What does that mean? You have to love it. You have to like that particular toy 100%. You have to have 0% or zero things you hate about it. If you like a toy 99.99% and below, my suggestion is get rid of it or pass on it. Don't even buy it. Don't even think of it, because if you buy it, chances are you're gonna sell it in the future or sometime soon. If you keep it, you're gonna keep seeing that 0.01% or 0.1% or 1% or 10% stuff that you do not like about that particular toy. It's gonna drive you insane. That's what I tell my wife when we're out shopping for clothes. No, not clothes, bags, shoes, yeah, and clothes. I always tell her, this year she always asks me for advice on shoes, clothes, and bags and all that. That's why she married me. and yes, it is a thing. I do like shopping with her, and I always tell her, "Do you like it 100%? Do you like the particular shoe 100%? Because like I like it 100%, but I'm gonna get it for you. But if you don't like it 100%, like you like it 95%, pass. Okay, you're not gonna be completely satisfied. You're not gonna wear it all the time. You're gonna sell it. So same thing with toys. That is my biggest advice for collecting 102. Find out the things that you love 100%. Keep them, buy them, protect them, preserve them. Okay? The things that you like only 99.99% and below, 95%, 80%, God knows 50%, you like something 50%, get rid of it. Getting rid of stuff, I know you've seen this in a lot of videos like collection intervention, like toy therapy, whatever. They keep saying it's a nice feeling to get rid of things. And a lot of collectors' fear is like if I get rid of it, I lose part of myself, and it's something I built up, and then it's gone. It doesn't feel that way. When you start letting go of stuff and passing them on to somebody, to a fellow collector, to a buddy who's been looking for it and who will treat it with 100% love, that I think is a reward with that. I've experienced it firsthand. I'm trying to show you guys, I'm trying to relate it to you guys that it's not about losing stuff. It's about sharing and passing it on. That's why I kind of choose who to sell my stuff to. If you're just a reseller, chances are I'm not going to entertain you. I might, but not entirely. If you're a true blue collector who love things 100%, I would love for you to have some of the stuff I've had that are very rare. Some of them are, you can't even buy them anymore, and I don't sell them at ridiculous prices. I sell them at reasonable prices, and I make somebody happy that they found their grails and all that, and that is rewarding. And for me, letting go of a lot of stuff, just, I hate to sound so cliche about it, but it does give you a good feeling when you're not too clingy about too many things. It just frees you up. It's a different kind of feeling. You're helping people. You're letting go of stuff. You're losing excess baggage that you don't really need. You don't really love 100%. And that is a great feeling. I think you should try it. I've met several collectors locally here in Manila that are just so reluctant to get rid of anything, even doubles and all that. And I'm like, the first step is always the hardest. But once you get one little success, you make somebody happy. You make a fellow collector happy who's been looking for this thing for the 10 years or what. When you get rid of something you don't like 100% and you just keep the stuff you really like, it is a very rewarding and gratifying feeling. I have experienced it firsthand. Just try it. Sell one thing. Like, what was Justice League, right? Save one person. Just try and save one person. You know what to do next. Batman is such a genius. So, sell one thing. Help one collector. One good buddy. Help him out with one thing. And I tell you, that infectious feeling, that is so addicting. You just want to help people find what they're looking for. And by doing so, by helping other collectors, it's sort of like self-therapy. It sort of liberates you. And now you start looking at things that you love. Now, if you look at things, yeah, you're selling, you're getting out of collecting. What are you doing? Why'd you even buy them in the first place? Well, I didn't know I liked them 100% or not. So, I still am into Transformers, as you've seen. However, I'm trying to get rid of stuff that I don't like 100% and what I feel don't have value anymore. And I'm just hanging on to it for sentimental value. That's sometimes not enough. So, Takara Tomy stuff, I try to keep them because they might have some value when I die. My kids can go make money out of it. But these Hasbro stuff here in the Philippines, they're never going to make any money. Except for ones that are absolutely super rare and, you know. So trying to get rid of stuff that aren't as lucrative in the next 20 years. Now, if you notice, I did start on Pops. I'm not joining the bandwagon or anything. I've been looking at Pops for a long time and I've never really appreciated them. Just this year or last year, I noticed a change in head sculpts, and that was a turning point for me. The head sculpt looked great, and I thought maybe I should get into it. The other turning point that I had about it is values of Pops hardly fluctuate. 70% of the Pops are worthless in the long run, but there are 30% that you want to hang on to that have value. You love them. You sell them in the future. They make money. So I'm gonna store plastic anyway. Might as well store plastic that has value. So that's a little bit on the business end side of collecting, but I wouldn't recommend it if you're not really into selling toys and all. If you just love to collect, keep it 100%. So that is my collecting 102 advice, and yeah, that's about what this episode is for today. And the third thing I wanted to say, the last thing I wanted to tell you guys is sort of my message for you guys this year. I've had a couple of classmates, like same age as me, buddy, an old childhood friend. Two of them passed away this year, and it's a reality check. It for me, it's it makes you realize and look at things in perspective. And the other thing, I want to keep it 100% was one of my mottos. The other motto was like, don't ever take anything or anyone for granted, because it could all be gone tomorrow. It could all be gone next week, next year, who knows? You just never know. And life's too short. If you believe whatever it is you believe in, the afterlife or whatever, the now is too short. It could be gone like that any day. And when you're with your loved ones, those are the most important thing. These are great. They're fun, make you happy, but I think the more important ones is the people who are closest to you. It doesn't have to be family. Family could be gone, it could be jackasses, whatever. Your family right now, your friends, whoever you're with, your workers, co-workers, and all that. The time with them is, I think, more important and valuable. Your life here on earth is fleeting, is very short. Try to make the best of it. Don't take anything for granted, because you just never know when it's gone. My kids, the time I spend time with my kids, I always think it could all be gone. My wife, my folks are like in their 70s, and nobody lives that long. Not a lot of people live that long, and I take it 1 year, 1 day, 1 month at a time. You know, it's just it. Okay, our life, as in the greater scheme of things, we're just ants, like smaller than ants, and it's worthless. But you make do with what you have right now. Okay, don't take things for granted. So with that, I would like to end this very Christmassy show of The Last Chef. Keep it 100%. Don't take anything or anyone for granted. And happy collecting to everybody. Have a great, wonderful, safe, and meaningful Christmas to everybody. I would love to see you again before the year ends. We're going to talk about a few more things. I hope I can do another video. I will have video reviews up, definitely. You've seen my toy hauls. There's a bunch of stuff in the pipeline. I promise I'll try and get to them. I'll try and answer as much of the comments as you can. Just keep them coming. I do read them. Doesn't mean if I don't answer them, I don't read them. So thank you for all your support. For the bottom of my heart, we're already up to 30,000 plus subscribers. I could never imagine it would be like this 7 years ago. I started YouTubing, being a YouTuber 7 years ago on the FX France channel. I'm going on my 8th year, or is it 7 and almost 8? I think 8 years. In a week or two, I'll be in 8 years on YouTube, and I'd like to thank everybody for that. This YouTube has already been a part of my life, and the community, very supportive, and it's something I'm very grateful for. I don't think I can ever repay you guys for that. So thank you for putting up with my videos, for always commenting, for all these, for just being very supportive. And all the love and support that I get from you guys just makes me want to do more. So thank you. Have a happy, safe, wonderful, meaningful Christmas, and I'll see you on New Year. So with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again, hopefully.